All right, now this lesson is all about pricing high-end websites and leaving the guessing game behind. Most new designers pull numbers out of thin air because they don't know any better, and that leads to painful outcomes. They take on projects for a few $100s or 1,000 here and there, hoping clients will be impressed by how cheap they are. They end up overworked, resentful, and broke. It isn't that their skills are lacking, it's that they've tied their worth to a low number. Industry experts actually warn that low rates might attract clients quickly, sure, but over time, those cheap jobs actually drag down your reputation and your income. If you find yourself doing a project, looking at the hours you poured in and feeling like the payment barely covers your expenses, then you are undercharging. This lesson today shows you how to ditch that pattern and price like a professional. Let's start with the root of the problem: charging based on time. Hourly billing sounds logical at first, sure. You do a job, you log your hours, you send an invoice. The issue there is that it creates a built-in conflict, right? When you get paid by the hour, you earn more if the project drags on. But your client wants results as fast as possible. And that misalignment there puts you and the client on opposite sides of the table. And clients don't care about the specific numbers of hours it takes you. They care about the outcome, simply. The better and faster that you get, the less you earn if you stick with hourly pricing. A designer who can build a website in half the time should not be punished for efficiency. Creative business coaches point out that clients aren't buying your time, they're investing in the transformative impact your work will have on their business. That's it. Hourly pricing actually locks you into a model that rewards slowness and penalizes expertise. To charge premium prices, you have to let go of the clock, right? This is where value-based pricing comes in. Value-based pricing. Instead of counting hours or pages, you actually set your fee based on the results and transformation that you will deliver. Premium clients, like owners of law firms, real estate agencies, coaching businesses, funded tech startups, and other industries where digital presence drives revenue, regularly invest between $7,000 and $30,000 in design because they understand it directly impacts their bottom line. They want a business outcome, not a collection of pages. A strategy-driven redesign that increases an e-commerce's site's conversion rate by less than 1% can add roughly $2,800 in additional daily revenue. Daily. $86,000 monthly. Charging $15,000 for a project that generates that kind of return represents exceptional value. The mindset is how a $5,000 website actually becomes cheap if it results in tens of thousands of dollars in extra revenue, right? That makes sense. One practical guideline is to price your work as a small percentage of the revenue that it will help create. Some business guides suggest charging 5 to 10% of the client's annual revenue for a website overhaul. For example, if a website supports a business bringing in $100,000 a year, then a $5,000 to $10,000 fee is completely appropriate. For a business doing $1 million a year, a $50,000 to $100,000 redesign is proportionate. It makes sense. The percentage you choose depends on your positioning and the complexity of the project. But anchoring your price to the value you will create for the client gives you a confident starting point. So what actually determines your price, right? Big question. 3 things matter the most: the complexity of the project, the value to the client, and how you position yourself. Complexity includes stuff like number of pages, features like e-commerce or user accounts, the level of custom design, and how much strategy is involved. Market data actually shows that basic brochure sites using a standard theme might cost anywhere from $500 to $1,200, while custom user interface experiences start at $3,000 and can scale much past $10,000. Adding e-commerce or user logins can add $4,000 to $15,000. A dynamic site with animations, API integrations, and custom checkout flows can easily range between $4,000 and $15,000 and way higher. Value to the client depends on the revenue or lead potential the site will unlock and the urgency of their business goals. Positioning is how you present yourself in the market, your niche, your process, and the confidence you communicate. Specialists who focus on a specific industry and demonstrate clear results routinely command $7,000 and above for project pricing. To make these numbers make sense, here's what different price points might include, okay? At the lower end, around $2,000, you're looking at a straightforward starter site for a small service business, okay? Like a local service-based business. It's usually 3 to 5 pages, built on a template with light customization. The client often provides the copy and you handle a basic meta tag setup. You install Google Analytics, hand over the keys, and offer a short support window. This gets a business online with a clean presence, right? But it does not include extensive strategy or conversion optimization. It's the entry point for a business that just needs a simple web presence and doesn't expect immediate revenue lift. Around $5,000 to $10,000, the project becomes a growth site. This tier usually includes 5 to 10 pages with custom design elements, stronger on-page SEO, maybe a database schema markup, and a clear conversion path. Instead of just slapping content on pages, you're actually mapping a user's journey, planning site architecture, and implementing a lead capture system. You may include light copy editing, integrate a content management system for the client, and set up conversion tracking. And post-launch support might run 60 days with a training session, right? According to industry data, packages at this level use custom design and on-page SEO and typically include a 2-hour strategy session. The client should expect measurable improvements in lead quality and brand perception. And in many cases, this price range will deliver a noticeable bump in revenue. So like a $7,000 fee is a fraction of the return for a business doing hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in sales. At $10,000 and beyond, you're offering a high impact transformation. These projects often involve a full discovery process with competitive audits and a detailed strategy document. You deliver a fully custom design with integrated branding, 10 to 20 pages, and a comprehensive SEO strategy that includes keyword research and a content plan. Professional copywriting is included, along with advanced analytics dashboards and reporting so the client can track performance at a granular level. Support extends usually for 90 days and transitions into a maintenance or marketing retainer. At this level, you may also integrate e-commerce, complex user flows, or advanced functionality that significantly increases revenue potential. Because these sites ultimately directly affect a company's bottom line. Charging $15,000 to $25,000 or more is appropriate. Notice that at entry level, the pricing has nothing to do with how long it takes you. It's based on what the website will do for the client. And this is why clients happily pay consultant B more than consultant A when B triples revenue in 6 months instead of 12. Clients value the before and after transformation. And when you position your service as a revenue accelerator rather than a commodity, you actually shift the conversation from cost to investment. Now, let's talk about the mindset and the consequences of getting it wrong. Charging too little does more damage than you actually may realize. Low prices attract low quality clients who do not respect your expertise and expect endless revisions. Ultimately, they negotiate every line item and often have unrealistic demands. Creatives who undercharge end up being overworked and resentful because their rates do not cover business expenses, taxes, or living costs. And low rates might make your schedule busy, sure, that makes sense, but they inevitably drag down your reputation and your income. You ultimately teach clients to see your work as cheap instead of valuable. And undercharging also keeps you stuck with a crowd that values savings over results. So you never get to do the strategic work that actually builds the case studies and social proof. The fix here is not to work harder, right? It's to raise your prices and align them with the value that you provide. And confidence in itself plays a huge role in how your pricing is received. So when you quote a number, say it clearly and then stop talking. That's a common misconception. Do not explain yourself. If you hesitate or over-explain, clients sense uncertainty and may start bargaining. Professionals know their numbers and stand by them. Before you get on a sales call, know how the project will impact the client's business, determine a fair price point based on what impact that is, and practice saying it. When you lead with the business outcomes, your work delivers. You aren't asking for money, you're presenting an investment opportunity. Experienced designers actually learn to stay out of their clients' wallets and stop assuming what clients can or cannot afford. Instead of apologizing for your price, focus on the ROI. If someone balks at your feet, that's simply a sign that they aren't the right client for the level of service that you're providing. Your positioning and confidence also determine how far up the price range you can go. Specialists command higher fees because they bring niche knowledge that most people do not. A coaching business owner or a law firm partner is willing to pay more when they know you understand their industry's unique trust signals and conversion mechanisms. When you act like an expert, clients will treat you like one, right? When you act like an expert, clients will treat you like one. And that means clear contracts, structured processes, upfront boundaries around revisions and communications, and a streamlined sales experience. Those signals build trust, and hesitation lowers perceived value. Clarity and authority increase it. You get it? Communicating your price effectively is simple. Present it as a statement and not a question. Explain what business outcome the client can expect and share a concise summary of the key deliverables, and then stop. Let the client respond. Avoid itemizing every hour and justify only at the outcome level. And if you've done your discovery properly, then you will understand what matters to the client and can frame your price accordingly. If they need a moment, give them space. Silence can be very powerful. Ultimately, pricing high-end websites isn't about formulas. It's about thinking like a partner, like a team member, instead of somebody who's just trying to simply sell them something on a one-time. Value-based pricing anchors your work to the results clients actually care about. Complexity and scope matter, but they serve the larger goal of delivering measurable business impact. And underpricing may feel safe, sure, 100%, but it keeps you stuck with the wrong clients and denies you the ability to grow. The market data shows that businesses are already investing $7,000 to $30,000 plus on web design when they see clear ROI. There's no reason you cannot be on one of the receiving ends of those projects. No reason. The mindset shift is simple, but so powerful. Stop guessing, stop apologizing, move away from charging by the hour, and start pricing based on value. Assess the transformation you'll create. Tie it to the client's revenue and position yourself with confidence. And when you adopt this approach, charging $2,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, or even above is not audacious. It's reasonable. It makes sense. And it's the only way to build a sustainable, high-end web business that benefits both you and your clients. That's all for this lesson. I'll see you on the next.